Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. If I say the word or words field watch, what pops into your head? Probably something like a Hamilton khaki, lightweight, comfortable, easy to read. This is like the kind of the definition of a field watch. Field watches come from, kind of trench watches, infantry days, stuff like that. However, today that certainly isn't really necessary. We don't need these small, lightweight, comfortable mechanical watches, obviously. I hesitate, or I kind of will propose that a field watch can be whatever you need to do your job. You're a first responder, you might have your own definition of a field watch. You're a farmer in a field, no joke. You might have your own definition of what a field watch might be. Somebody like me who pretty much works in office every day and kind of sits at the desk, I might have my own. This is my field. What do I like in my field? However, today we're going to check out 10 watches that I picked. That I picked out from the website that I think you will definitely look like field watches. Some of them a slight departure, and we'll just go over them. Why 10? Well, I went to the website, picked out a bunch. It happened to be 10. That's the only reason. Of course, I sell them. I'm a shill for my own store. Somebody made that comment on a prior video. Oh, you're the largest shill in the industry. And I'm like, well, of course I am. Thank you. My own wrist check today, my Speedmaster Blue Dial 888, and on the other wrist, Islander Solitaire Solar Powered Diver. Let's see the field watches. So because we have 10 watches to go over, I'll go over them pretty quickly, not with the usual vim and vigor that I usually do. Because let's face it, we all have better things to do, as one of my college professors once said to us. But I figured we'd start with a watch that I think really embodies the typical definition of a field watch. This is the Citizen Garrison. We are going to get a little bit of everything. We're going to get some solar, we're going to get straight battery cords, we're going to get automatics, we're going to get Swiss, we're going to get Japanese. We'll have a little bit of everything. But I said I want to start here because this one's fairly inexpensive. It's new to the store. And like I said, I think it's just fitting of what the field watch definition. It's a 37 millimeter case to the case, not to these kind of crown guard protrusions here. 37, it's 9.5 thick to a flat mineral, and it's 42.5 on the lug tip to lug tip. It's an 18 millimeter strap, and it's this canvas, leather back canvas strap that kind of, definitely gives it that military, as my gloves stick to it, that military inspired vibe. 48 grams. Love the riveted holes on the strap for extra wear, so you don't have to worry about the prong in the buckle, pulling through the strap. But it's a straight push-pull crown, 50 meters of water resistance, a day-date display, really cool. All this for right around $100. I think that's a smoking deal. This is model number BM8180-03E. And then let's take it to a brand that I do not conventionally cover much. This is a Risto. This is, well, they call it a Navy watch, but I really feel this fits the definition of your classic field watch. And as you can tell from me winding it and the push-pull crown, it is an automatic. Whoops, let's wind it up a little bit more. Come on, there we go. And it's running on a Sellita SW200 movement. It is 38 millimeters. So again, remember, small, lightweight, comfortable, easy to read. Everything's there. You have everything you need, nothing you don't need. You wouldn't find a Flightmaster being billed as a field watch. So 38 by 11 by 44. Actually has a screw down exhibition case back, so you can see the Sellita movement if you so desire. Single pass leather strap, 20 millimeters in width, 50 meters of water resistance, 70 grams in weight. The price on this one's $475. Again, you're getting a Swiss Sellita movement, Swiss-made movement, and it's a watch that is made in Germany. The date window at 3, not really a huge fan. However, I guess there is utility in having the date or knowing the date. Nice blasted case. Looks awesome. This is model number 3H221. They also make one in a deep blue. Again, no particular order. However, this Bertucci, typically when I do Bertucci on the channel, it is to highlight low-cost watches. And this is not particularly low cost. This is actually a rather pricey Bertucci at $395. This is their new A2TR Field Pro watch. It also comes in a GMT format, which is really handy, but I figured the extra hand, the easy to read thing, let's keep the dial as uncluttered as possible. This is our only, yeah, I think so. This is our, no, this is one of two titanium entries that we're gonna have today. It runs on a Swiss quartz Ronda 713 jeweled movement, so it's actually a really nice movement, but it's straight battery. Blasted titanium case, 40 millimeters by 11.7 to a flat sapphire crystal, right? We're getting a nice sapphire crystal, and we are 51 on the lug to lug, solid case back. Lug width is 22 millimeters, it's fixed lug bars. This though is a Italian rubber strap, single pass, smells like vanilla, smells beautiful. As you know, Bertucci is really known for their straps. This is no exception. This is a beautiful, beautiful strap. Some of the tagging here, Bertucci obviously is a USA company. There's the model number 12146, and they even give a little blurb on the strap itself. Proprietary materials, UV resistant, et cetera, et cetera. They make them on a nylon, you get them on a rubber. I just thought it was a really, really neat looking watch. Something different from them, a little pricier, but definitely fitting of the field watch vibe. I should mention water resistance, right? This one is 200 meters of water resistance. The other two I showed you, minimal at 50. Typically on a field watch, you aren't going into the water much. Although I guess, like, let's say your field is fishing, field and stream kind of thing. You might be going in the water a lot, not deeper than 50 meters. However, a screw down crown, very nice, 200 meters of water resistance, the Bertucci. So you simply could not do a video on field watches and not include something that was really reminiscent of the original field watches from the OG. This is the Bulova Hack field watch. It comes in a couple different varieties. This is that kind of ivory or bone dial version. It is 38 millimeters in diameter. It's 13.5 thick to a domed mineral crystal, 47 on the lug to lug, 18 millimeter strap, a mere 30 meters of water resistance, so basically we would consider that splash resistance. 69 grams on the strap. Movement is an 8.2 SO movement, which is a standard kind of Miyota movement. Bulova is owned by Citizen, Miyota is owned by Citizen, so it is a Miyota movement. It does hack, though, obviously, as it should. No date and no date position. Price on this one, around street price. These guys vary, so this one's around 340 bucks. But again, you see it on that single pass, which is a theme with field watches, right? These single pass straps. Not all on single pass, but a bulk of the watches you're going to see are. So am I taking liberties and saying that this is a field watch? Well, I'm extending the definition, well, not that much, right? Except for the lightweight part, it's steel, but there's a lot of these watches are steel. Comfortable, sure. Easy to read, abso-freaking-lutely with the full lume dial and the black hands on top. Pricey? Yeah, 1,700 bucks. So this is a DK37. It's gonna run on Damascow's in-house 826-3 movement that hand winds and hacks. It is a screw down crown. You do get 100 meters of water resistance, 40 millimeter case, 12.2 thick to a, of course, flat sapphire with AR outside and inside, something Damascow loves to do. 48.6 on the lug tip to lug tip, 20 millimeter black leather strap. As I said on the AR, it's outside and inside, which kind of makes the crystal pretty much disappear. 1,700 bucks though, in-house movement, made in Germany, scratch resistant steel case. You guys know Damascow. You might love Damascow. Here is the field watch entry from Damascow. Who the hell invited this guy? Well, I did. It's my video. I get to pick the watches. This was my attempt. This is the Islander Mitchell, my attempt at a field watch released years ago. This is an ISL 194. Comes in a few different varieties. This happens to be the day T version, where the day and the date is at the bottom in a T formation. But really quick, it runs on an NH36 movement, so hand winds, hacks, normal fare there, right? Simple, easy to read, just the information you need, none of it you don't. 39 millimeters in diameter, 12 to a flat sapphire with inner AR, 48.5 on the lug tip to lug tip, 20 millimeter strap. It's this kind of canvas strap with backed with leather, 100 meters of water resistance, weighs 70 grams on the strap, 229 bucks. We're getting there, folks. Just 4 left. Marathon. This is the Swiss Quartz General Purpose. I wanted to pick, there is another Tritium watch coming up, but I guess Marathon, being as old as they are, kind of one of the original gangsters of field watches, and small. This is the smallest of the bunch, 34 millimeters in diameter. A super duper small watch. Water resistant to 30 meters. Push-pull crown, has the fiber shell case. So it's not metal, it's more of a, let's just call it what it is. It's basically an engineered plastic. It's got a sapphire crystal, and it does have tritium tubes, orange at the 12, and then greens all around. It's running on an ETA quartz movement. They make this watch similar in an automatic if you want it, but I wanted to show this one simply because of the price, about 320 bucks for a tritium watch. The strap is a small 16 millimeter. I mean, fitting of the size of the watch, but small, lightweight, and comfortable. Yeah, this one takes the cake. So one of the field watches you might think of when you say field would be the Seiko SNK80 series. This is kind of the watch that took its place, more or less. This is, I would consider to be in that field watch motif, except it's 40 millimeters. They did come out with some smaller ones, but I feel like this is kind of more representative of what, I don't know, what I was thinking of when I say field watch in my head. Powered by a 4R36, it's 40 millimeters in diameter, 13.5 thick to a slightly domed hardlex, 48 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. It is is an exhibition screw down case back, 100 meters of water resistance, weighs 100 grams, push pull crown, of course. Beautiful blasted stainless steel case. It's really nice. This one, definitely the top seller of the whole series, simply because of the, I'm pretty sure it's because of the contrasting strap and how it matches the numbers. It just kind of works in this situation. About 236 bucks for this one. Nice entry. Whenever I cover this watch, and I remember the first video I did with this watch, I specifically stated, this is the most comfortable watch I've ever worn. This is the Formax Titanium Field Watch. This one happens to have the petrol dial. Comes a few different dial colors. Powered by a Sellita SW200 movement. It is one of the, I think it is the most affordable entry from Formax, the Swiss-made brand, at $870. It is a sandblasted titanium case, hardened, like a scratch-resistant coated, 41 millimeters, 10.6 on the diameter, 47 on the lug tip to lug tip. Solid screw down case back, 20 millimeters of lug width, water resistant to 150 meters. It is a screw down crown, 70 grams if I didn't say the weight. What I love about this is the strap. It is a Velcro strap, okay? But it's also compliant. It stretches. So to put it on and off, super simple breeze, undo the Velcro, wrap it around your wrist, pop it on, and you're ready to face the day. It is a sandwich dial construction, which means that the petrol colored dial that you see is cut where the numbers and markers are, and there is a disc of lume behind it, and that's what does the illumination. Lights up lovely. And let's get on to the last one. Small, not really. Lightweight, yes. Comfortable, absolutely. You have a big wrist, then this will fit the bill. This is the Luminox G Seabass. Seabass, Carbonox Blackout Tritium watch. And it goes for around 250 bucks, I think is a steal. Clearly it's blacked out. Luminox has a bunch of different offerings. I just thought this one was a little bit different, being larger and being fully blacked out, but it's on this, again, just like I showed you on the, I'm not gonna be able to, I'm not gonna be able to use it with my gloves, I'll destroy them. It does come on a Velcro strap. You undo this, put it through the loop, and wrap it back around itself. So super comfortable, quick, fast, literally grab and go. Swiss Quartz Ronda 515. It has a Carbonox case, which is basically Luminox's name for their engineered plastic, 44 millimeters in diameter, 12 thick to a mineral crystal, 51.4 on the lug tip to lug tip, 23 millimeter wide Velcro strap, 100 meters of water resistance. This is a push-pull crown. It does have tritium. Unlike the Marathon, though, this is going to have tritium at the 12, 3, 6, 9, and on the hour and minute hands. And that's it. So that's the last one, 250 bucks for the Luminox. And that's going to do it. I showed you 10 different field watches, or my definition of field watches. I think they'll match your definition. What do you think? You look at the variety that you can get. Automatic, quartz, hardened steel, titanium, solar, just so much to pick from nowadays. It is a plethora. It is awesome. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Field watches, 10 of them. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Questions, comments, your thoughts, put them down below. I'll address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.